Hi everyone, and welcome to All Ears English on YouTube. I am Michelle Kaplan from All Ears English. On today's episode, Lindsay and I will be answering a listener's question about two words, tense and intense. Are these words the same? Are they different? Are they a little bit of both? Get the answer today and learn how to use them. These words will definitely help you connect with people in English. They're very common and very useful, so you want to listen to this episode so that you can get these answers and learn how to use these words in your conversations in English. Now remember, to get your fluency score, head on over to allearsenglish.com/fluency score. You'll take a short quiz and you will get your fluency score, your level, and then you will be able to get tons of free resources for your level. allearsenglish.com/fluency score. Okay, enjoy the episode.
This is an All Ears English podcast, episode 1355. What's the difference between tense and intense in English? Welcome to the All Ears English podcast, downloaded more than 130 million times. We believe in connection, not perfection. With your American hosts, Lindsay McMahon, the English adventurer, and Michelle Kaplan, the New York radio girl, coming to you from Los Angeles and New York City, USA. And to get weekly transcripts delivered to your email inbox, go to allearsenglish.com/subscribe.
Roller coasters, scary movies, and double chocolate ice cream sundaes. What do these things have in common? They're all intense, or are they tense? Find out the difference between these two words today.
This episode was recorded a few weeks in advance.
Our understanding of the COVID-19 situation has changed since then.
We hope you are healthy and safe.
And we hope that All Ears English can be a bright spot in your day during this moment of uncertainty.
Hey, Michelle, how's it going today?
Hey, Lindsay, pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. A lot of uncertainty these days. You know, we're recording this in mid-March. It's coming out in late April, so we have no idea what the state of the world will be at the end of April, but we're just hanging in there. We're trying to be flexible, trying to be positive here.
Yeah, I know. Things have gotten pretty intense, though, don't you think?
Things have gotten really intense, so we'll see. We did an episode a few weeks ago on this coronavirus, what's happening. But the good news is that our listeners can still connect with us by this podcast. I mean, you guys are learning in your homes. You are out there in the world. You're able to keep, getting good English input. So that's the good thing.
Definitely. And I hope that we can be a source of happiness or distraction or something if you're in your home and you're feeling, not so good about this whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing about this is that everyone in the world is going through the exact same thing. Yeah. Like to some extent, we're all at risk for this virus, right? So we're all thinking about it, and it's kind of rare that kind of thing actually happens, right? For better or for worse.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you've been Have you been traveling lately, Michelle?
Well, I had been. I took a trip like a month ago. But yeah, things have just been kind of intense with the coronavirus, and also my baby. He was sick. He just with a ear infection. Not knock on wood. But things. I just feel like there's a lot of, it's very tense. It's very tense and intense.
Yeah. Tense and intense. Ooh, those are two good words. And I bet that was actually what the question was from one of our listeners for today.
Yes, it just so happens to be. Yeah, guys, we're going to talk about these two words today. So guys, these words are definitely going to be on the vocabulary list, on the personalized power list, on our All Ears English iOS app. So you are definitely want to be able to click on these words and get them aggregated onto your list. So make sure you go on and get that at allearsenglish.com/bonuses.
Yeah, guys, don't miss out. Go there on your iOS device. Okay, Michelle. So I'm going to read the question. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. So this comes from May Angulico. Recently, I was wondering how I can use the word intense. You use it a lot. What's the difference between tense and intense? Great show. They give us a lot of strategies for English and also for our life. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. This is a good one.
Yeah.
These two words are very, very common. And it's funny how that in intense can make all the difference when you add it, right?
It is. It is. I've never really thought about what the difference is between these two words. So I'm excited to learn today too.
Well, let me see if I can help. So, all right, let's get into it, guys. So tense. I think of this as like uptight. This can be physically, it can be emotionally. It's more about this feeling of tension, right? Think about when you need a massage because there's tension in your shoulders. Think of that feeling, your muscles tensing up, right?
Yeah. Like someone might say, ooh, your shoulders are tense, right? Your back is tense. Your muscles are tense. I agree. This is definitely about tension. Yeah.
Right. And it can be an adjective and a verb. So, I mean, for this purpose. So, I mean, there's also the that was tense or that is tense, right? So a couple different ways that you can use it. But let's talk about it a little bit more physically now, like we were starting to do. So like, in a workout class, a certain muscle group should be tense if you're trying to work on it, right? So they might, like, it should be tense, right? So it should be tense, but you can also say tense this group of muscles, right?
Yeah. I mean, you would never say this muscle should be intense. That would be crazy.
Right. Yeah. You wouldn't say, this should be intense. Yeah. You might say the workout class is intense.
Right. The workout class could be intense. Yeah. So to tense up, I mean, often, maybe we're going to teach this in just a minute, but to tense up, right? To all of a sudden everything gets tight, right? Your whole body gets tight, or a certain muscle could tense up. I know when I go on a roller coaster, I come off and I have to release the tension in all of my hands because I've been tensing up throughout the whole ride. Do you like roller coasters?
I hate them. You like them?
Okay. No, I thought maybe you would like them, but I also am not a big fan. I went on the famous the Cyclone at Coney Island when I was living there, and I was like, this should be illegal.
Wait, did you say you thought you would think I would like them?
I don't know why. I just would think that you would like roller coasters. I don't know
really
why.
Funny. Wow. I feel like you know me pretty well, Lindsay, but in that respect, no, I hate them.
No, I mean, the Cyclone itself, the whole thing is made of wood.
Yeah.
And that's just wrong. It should not be made of wood. And it's just really rickety. And you could feel your head like being thrown from left to right. It's crazy.
Definitely.
So anyways.
Definitely. Yeah. So exactly. So, I mean, if you are in that workout class, I didn't write tense up, but I was actually in my head as something to teach. So I'm glad you brought it up, Lindsay. But they might say like, oh, make sure that you tense, you have your whatever, quads are tense for this exercise or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And then what about in terms of like emotionally or mentally?
Right. So this is just things being uptight, uncomfortable, right? So like, for example, their relationship has been tense ever since the fight.
Yeah, exactly. So it isn't relaxed. There's something wrong. There's weird undertones going on in their conversations. The relationship is kind of strained.
Exactly. Or I could say, I've been feeling pretty tense because of all my tests coming up. So like, I've been feeling this stressful feeling.
Yeah, so clearly this word tense is really diverse. We can use it in a lot of different places, a lot of different ways, but it's really different from intense. Right, Michelle?
Exactly. So let's get into intense. So intense, that's only an adjective to say that something is intense.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, but we could say is like intensify could be like the verb, right? Something like that.
Right.
But that's a little different. We can do another episode on, making things verbs from adjectives or something.
But we're just going with tense or intense today for sure. So basically this means extreme or even passionate about something.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people being described, their actual personality as being described as intense.
Yes, yeah. She's a really intense person.
Yeah, sometimes I worry that I'm a little too intense in conversations because I don't really like small talk. When I go to a party, I want to get like as deep as I can, as quickly as I can someone, and because it bores me just to talk about like surface level things. And I think some people might get turned off by that, or might get, I mean, not like super personal, but I want to talk about interesting things.
Yeah, well, that's understandable, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Yeah. All right. So what else about intense then?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think of going back to the roller coaster, right? So you're saying you get tense. Your body is intense on a roller coaster ride. And I think of as you could describe a roller coaster ride as being intense, the actual ride, right? Like,
right.
So I think of like when I think of the word intense, I kind of think of a roller coaster in a way, like just like crazy, everything's going on. Oh my gosh. It's just extreme, right?
Yeah, that's like the prime example of an intense experience. So you could say like my body felt tense during this intense roller coaster ride, right?
Right. You could say that. You could say that. So you could also say something like the fight scene in that movie was really intense.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of movies these days, especially action movies, are just so intense. You know, and if you compare current day movies to movies from like the 70s, the gap, the lag between scenes and how slow the scenes are, it's amazing how different they are.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, so to say that would mean like the fight scene was really extreme, or maybe just like a lot for you to take in when you watch it, like, right?
Right. Like sounds and crashes and guns and who knows, just a lot of things, a lot of like a stimuli coming at you in the movie, a lot of things coming at you, right?
Or Lindsay, you already brought it up, but you know, describing somebody as intense, like you can definitely do that. Is she's a little intense, right? Maybe a little bit loud, pushy, whatever it is.
Yeah, for sure. Or you could use it to talk about something you like to do, right? So for example, I'm a super intense reader when I get into it, meaning you're passionate about what you read. You maybe finish an entire book in a night and you cancel your plans because you want to finish the book, right? Those kinds of things. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So guys, the basic idea though for both of these things is something is more than usual. So it's either more strained or more passionate or louder or scary or whatever it is.
The words tense versus intense can be pretty confusing, but if you're using the iOS app when you listen, then you can tap on words, you can see definitions in the transcripts, and you can even save these words to your personalized power list so that you can review them every day. So go over and get the iOS app at allearsenglish.com/bonuses. See you there. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so for both of them, right, so they do have some things in common, right, Michelle? Yeah, I love that. And then here, let's look at how they differ then.
Right. So we're going to look at a couple examples of like, if we changed it, how would that change the meaning? Everything else is the same, except one we're using tense and one is intense.
Okay, so what's the first example, Michelle?
These ones, we used one of these examples already from each one. So we did this one. Their relationship had been tense ever since the fight. So we said that was like strained or awkward. So what if we change that to intense? Their relationship had been intense ever since the fight. How does that sound to you? Does that sound the same?
This one's gonna be challenging for our listeners because I think it's this example that there's a subtle difference. It's pretty subtle, right? So for example, but it is a little bit different, I would say. So their relationship had been intense ever since the fight. This sounds more like there's a lot of extreme feelings. Like there's either a lot of passion or a lot of hate, like a lot of extreme feelings, I guess.
Right. So maybe there's a lot of fighting, or maybe like they're even more in love, or, you know, whatever. We can't really tell from this particular example. But tense to me, just saying their relationship has been tense, it to me sounds more like cold, right? Where the other one sounds like almost hot. Does that make sense?
Cold. Yeah, I think so. I mean, so which one feels hot to you?
The intense. So like if I say, the relationship has been tense ever since the fight, I think of like maybe like someone giving them, the cold shoulder, like not talking or something like that. Everyone feeling like kind of quiet, whatever. But when I hear intense, it sounds like more like warm, like either a lot of fighting or a lot of love.
Right. And I like that use of words hot and cold. Or I would have also said maybe rich. Like with the intense, it could be a rich relationship, whether it's bad or good. The connection is rich at that moment, meaning it's got a lot of substance to it.
Right. Definitely. And then this other one we were using, I like her, but she's a little intense, right? We did that one. We said extreme, maybe Lindsay at parties. We don't know. Apparently.
That's probably me. This is a good good example. So, and then I like her, but she's a little tense, meaning maybe she seems stressed out. And I would say this one would be more like in the moment, in a given moment. That could change. Like maybe she went to a party on Wednesday night, she was tense. Maybe Thursday night, she was relaxed. Right.
Right. Definitely. So guys, the changes are very kind of subtle, but we gave you some of the basic ideas for this today. And I mean, this is such an important thing to be able to use to describe situations and people. And that's why I really love this question.
Yeah, this is great. This could be a good conversation starter over on Instagram too. Something about intense personalities or something about intensity could be kind of a cool conversation starter. So we'll see. Anyways, let's do a role play for our listeners. Michelle, what do you think?
All right, let's do it. So we are deciding what movie to see.
Okay. So should we see that new scary movie?
No, I'm not in the mood for anything too intense now. How about a romantic comedy?
Maybe.
What?
No, it's just that I feel things have been tense ever since I moved out. Are we okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Good. I'm just checking in on our relationship here, Michelle.
Yeah. Everything's cool. I kind of switched the subject in this, but that's okay.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's what we do. I mean, that's what our listeners want to learn how to do, right? That's another key skill for you guys. You want to be able to move in and out of topics quickly because that's normal talk.
Right. That's so true. Oh my gosh. No one just sticks on the same topic for an entire conversation.
Yeah, it's true. So here we use the two words. I said, or you said, no, I'm not in the mood for anything too intense right now. Okay. So you were saying, yeah, scary movies are also scary movies, roller coasters, ice cream sundaes.
Right.
Those are all things that are really intense, right?
Right.
So they just hit you hard. Yeah.
Definitely. So I still feel like, yeah, it's that feeling of like this hot feeling, like, or rich feeling, too intense, like crazy, right? Passionate, emotional, whatever, scary. And then you said, I feel things have been tense ever since I moved out. So there is kind of, I'm only realizing this now, that it's kind of this cool feeling, like this cold feeling.
Yeah, like there might not be a lot of communication between you two. There may be like passive aggressive note writing, things like that.
Oh no.
That's when it gets really bad. But we'll do another episode on that another day. But guys, so I mean, I just want to say thank you to our listener here, May and Guliko, for asking this question. This is an example of a high quality question because it's very, it's subtle, the difference between these two, but you guys do want to know the differences here.
For sure. Definitely. I think it's important. Yeah. So that's really the takeaway for today. I mean, these words are so useful and they're so common. I mean, they're so common. But they are different. And we can do a follow-up on some more areas of these words, like other uses or chunks and more like that. But we wanted to give some of the basic ideas today. So definitely listen out for these, see how people use them, and try and sprinkle them into your conversations as well.
Yeah, for sure. And if you guys have follow-up questions from today's episode, leave the question in a review for the podcast. That's a really good way to get our attention because we always read our reviews. Okay, guys. So remember to grab the app for today. That is what you want to do after today's episode. You should be listening inside the iOS app because you can get all the episodes, but you can create your personal power list of vocab words and see the transcripts right there. So Michelle, where do they go to get that?
allearsenglish.com/bonuses.
All right, awesome. So we're off the mic for today. Good to hang out with you today.
You too. Bye, guys.
Okay, take care. Bye. Thanks for listening to All Ears English. If you are taking IELTS this year, get your estimated band score with our 2-minute quiz. Go to allearsenglish.com/myscore. And if you believe in connection, not perfection, then hit subscribe now to make sure you don't miss anything. See you next time.